Hi, I'm Anne, and today I'm going to show you how to make these cute little zipper pouches. I'm going to start a time lapse up here showing you how fast these are to make. And I also am giving you a free pattern for this. This pattern shows you 3 different sizes, 2 different methods to finish this no lining zipper pouch so that you don't have any raw seams. And then in the back, for each of the 3 sizes, I've given you little diagrams that show you where the live areas are on these pouches so that you know where you can adorn them. You will want to put any of the foo-foo stuff on before you start assembling these. So it's good to use those diagrams so that you know where stuff has to go. There's a big space on the back and a smaller space under the zipper on the front. For my siblings and I this year, I've been dragging around this shirt that my dad used to wear for 25 years. And this year, I'm finally going to start making stuff out of it and useful stuff like these, using those buttons and the fabric so that I can give these out to my siblings and my kids and, whoever wants one, for a little memento and think of my dad. Yeah, then cutting out words from fabric. Obviously, you can cut out little pictures from fabric. There's another one of my sentimental ones. And let's see, my sister loves cats. So I made her one with a cat charm and a little kitty cat on the back. So much fun. Links will all be in the description below. The only last thing I want to say is one method involves using just one seam rather than a French seam, but then encasing it with like a blanket stitch on your machine. My machine only does straight stitched, so I couldn't actually show that in the video, and I couldn't even test it. I assume this is not a problem. Just go slow over those nylon teeth. This would be a number 3 nylon zipper. Super wimpy, easy to go over with the machine. Just go slow. And yeah. Let me know if that's a complete fail in the comments below, and I will try to do damage control. I think it'll be fine though, right? It'll be fine. Okay, so let's get started. So to start, figure out what size pouch you want to make and grab your jeans or canvas or whatever heavy material you're using and cut one piece to size. And if you want to add a tab to the side of your zipper pouch so you can like put a piece of hardware on it, like a clasp or something, a key ring, whatever, cut your fabric for that to 1.5 inches by 2 inches. Then you'll fold that in half along the long side and crease it to get your center, open it up, and then bring each of the outside edges to meet in the center. Then fold that in half, take it to the iron and give it a press. And at some point when you're at the machine, you'll want to stitch a line along the very outside of each side of that tab to close up that opening. And head to the machine. So if you want to add any adornments to the outside of your pouch, much easier to do it now. And what I do is find the vertical center by folding it in half. And I grab the templates that I made you, which this one isn't quite right yet, you'll see. But, and just lay it next to your piece and define the areas that you want to put your stuff in. There's going to be the back of the pouch and then the bottom of the front, which is where I'm putting this tiny heart. And when you're adding adornments, you're going to want to make sure that they're positioned the right direction. It can be kind of confusing. So I'm adding this heart to the bottom of the front, and you can see that it's actually at the top of the fabric. So you can just fold your bag kind of like how it's going to be when it's done to get your head wrapped around which directions your adornments need to face. So then grab your zipper and face down on top of your fabric that's face up along the short edge. Hang the closed zipper off the left side, a few inches out of your way, And along the right side or the bottom of the zipper, hang quite a bit more off if you can. It'll make a future step easier. I recommend 1/4 inch to 3/8 of an inch if you can. Seam allowance here. I got lazy and did not switch to my zipper foot. So I'm actually doing a scant 1/4 inch, but it worked fine. I do prefer the stitch line a little closer to the teeth. I think it looks better. But then once you've got that sewn, you can fold your fabric down away from the teeth. And at this point, you can actually push your fabric up closer to the teeth and you actually sewed like I did. And no one will know. So then you can press it if you need to, but at this point we're going to top stitch. Just make sure that you're catching that zipper tape underneath your fabric. And you can increase your stitch length, just don't forget to switch it back. Now grab the bottom of your fabric and pull it up. And so you've got your zipper face up, your fabric will be face down, and now they'll be right sides together, and we'll stitch this side of the zipper on. Make sure that your sides are lined up and the top. And sew this side of the zipper on the same way you did the first. And so at this point, you're going to open your zipper up all the way so that you can access this new side and get your top stitch on, and that's why having that long tail off that edge is nice. So again, line up your fold of your fabric there about the same distance from the teeth as the other side, and give this a good top stitch as well. Once you've got your zipper on, then you'll want to take your bag and kind of figure out where you want to position that zipper on the front. As you can see, my heart fell way too low here because I was still working on the template. So I ended up having to make the top edge of my fabric on the front pretty short. But you can do it however you like it, really. So now what you're going to do is make sure that zipper is unzipped halfway. And you're going to stitch along each edge there about 1/8 of an inch. And when you go over the open end of your zipper, you're going to want to hold those teeth together so that they're not all wanged apart. And then go back over the zipper teeth several times to hold that in position, especially on the open end. So do that along both sides. And once you've got the sides sewn, you'll trim off the excess zipper. And at this point, you can also trim your seam allowance a little smaller. 1/8 of an inch is good. Slightly less is also good. At this point, you'll want to attach your tab if you are adding one, or a label. Adding it at this step is going to reduce the bulk quite a bit. If we would have added it before we sewed that other seam, you'd have quite a thick pile by the time you sew on your second seam from the inside. So go ahead and position that to the inside away from your the seam you just sewed and tack it down. And I also like to tape the hardware because I broke a needle a couple bags before this one. So yeah. Now turn the pouch inside out, and we're going to stitch the second seam. You'll want to make sure all your corners are poked out really well. I use a chopstick, and also make sure that all your threads are clipped at this point. Once all the seams are opened up really well and your corners are poked out as well as they can be, then you'll sew a second seam on the inside here, enclosing that outside seam. So this seam will be quite a bit bigger, and because we've got a lot of bulk in there with this thick material, this seam will end up being more like 3/8 to 1/2 of an inch. Whatever you can get away with without letting your first seam stick out there along the edges. And it's really easy to feel it. You can just kind of feel along the edge where it is. So once you've got both sides done, then open up that zipper and turn the pouch right side out and poke out the corners really well. Give it a press if you'd like. So now that your zipper pouch is finished, you can add a cute little charm to the zipper if you'd like. I have a link in the description below to where I got the charms you're seeing here. And so for this one seam method, these go together exactly the same as the French seam version, except for when you get to the point where you're sewing those side seams shut. When you're ready to sew your side seams, first, if you want to add a tab, you'll do that now to the outside of your pouch, just like in the French seam method, but you'll scooch the raw edges of the tab out to meet the raw edges of the sides of your zipper pouch. So once you've got that tacked down, turn the pouch inside out and sew up the side seams the same way that you did in the French seam method. You can do this seam at a 1/4 inch or whatever. Honestly, it doesn't even matter. Then you can go ahead and trim the excess zipper off the sides, and also you can trim down your seam if you think that will help for when you put your finishing stitch on. At this point, to finish off those raw edges, you can use some kind of finishing stitch like a blanket stitch. My machine only does straight stitch, so I had to just kind of simulate for you by hand stitching, which I am terrible at. But I think you get the idea. You can just cover up that stitch line and also enclose those raw edges with whatever you got. So thank you for joining me, and be sure to grab the pattern in the description below. It's free. I am standing in front of this scrappy menagerie because it's one of my works in progress that I'm going to pull out again in January. And full disclosure, I have never started processing my scraps yet. I have this horrible fear that if I have a 10 by 14 inch piece of fabric and I cut it down to 10 by 10, I know I'm going to need a 10 by 13 and I'm going to regret it. So I need to stop doing that, and I need to start processing my scraps. It actually kind of looks therapeutic on watching these YouTubers do it, and I need to start doing that. So what I'm trying to do is pull out the works in progress that are scrappy and figure out what size cuts are going to be most useful for the way I scrap quilt and for the things I have coming up in the next 6 to 12 months in terms of scraps. So I'll share that with you. And also I will have another couple of quick gift videos coming up soon, so watch for those, and I'll see you next time.